Hey, this is Ross Fertel, and we have some more cards from Showdown for Lights. We'll get to them in a moment, but first, a programming note. I will not be able to get you an episode tomorrow, Thursday, or the following day, Friday. I'm sorry. I have other things I've got to do. We will cover the cards at some point. That point just won't be tomorrow. I can still talk about them on the boards. I promise that I'll take a look. I will cover them eventually. And if there's any discussion on them, I'll bring it up and we'll be able to talk about how awesome stuff is. Speaking of how awesome stuff is, got a couple cards today, and we're going to start with the personnel Glenn Telock. And I've got to say, kind of like this guy. Good classification, decent skills, um, staffing star, pretty good attributes. Not bad. He's got a bit of an honor there. Um, but it's a special ability that really puts him over the top. Twice per game, you get to download Holding Cell Door. Or you're probably going to be using that to get brainwash, interrogation, or torture into play, uh, which will help. You don't really need them right away, but you can just get the downloads and then use the downloads to get those cards. Those things that you can do with your captives. Note that those cards do have the punishment icon, which will be an issue when we get to the other card from today. And this is the card that is getting the most discussion on the forums. Latest provocation. There's a thread on the forums. I will include that in the show notes down below. But this is a very interesting card. It seeds on the table. You can't play it, it only seeds. But yeah, if you're playing only Cardassian, you get to draw an additional card at the end of your turn. Note that there is no TNG icon. So you can do this with a Deep Space Nine deck. The bad news is you discard if you voluntarily initiate battle, play a punishment card, which you can delay, but you can't really delay attempting a mission. Okay, top players can delay attempting a mission, but most players really can't. The thread on the forum is wondering how realistically many draws you can get out of this compared to other cards, main being Kivas Fejo Collector, which just gets you 3 cards and you don't have that drawback. But if you can delay things long enough, you can get 4, maybe 5 if you push it far enough. But eventually you will want to attempt a mission. It's not a bad thing with a captive deck to hold off on attempting missions since, well, you will want captives, and it takes a little while to get them. This isn't too bad of a bargain to do so. But yeah, there are pretty cool ways to use this card, and it is not limited to TNG. The Deep Space Nine Cardassia does require a bit more setup, and they also may not necessarily be playing only Cardassian. Once you play a non-Cardassian card, this is pretty much neutered. So that there are some fun things you can do with this. I am interested to see how much of a delay you can get with this. How far can you push it? At high level play, I'm not sure how useful this is, but definitely within the 2-player game that is comprised of Showdown for Lights, Patty Tai did confirm on the forums that the Cardassian deck did spend his first few turns getting set up. So if you're not going to be doing any of these big 3, you might as well be getting the extra card draw while you're at it. All right. That is about all I have to share with today. Feel free to go on the thread and talk about how you would use these cards. Won't see you tomorrow or the next day after. Again, apologies. Thank you very much.